So in this video, we will talk about Protractor alternative tools for end-to-end testing. So popularly, Protractor is used to create automation tests for AngularJS applications. And recently, the updates for Protractor are no longer available, and it's getting deprecated. So we need to, if you are creating new tests for AngularJS or web related applications, so it's better to use other automation tools than going for Protractor. So in this video, I will briefly talk about what are the alternatives available for end-to-end automation for web applications in place of Protractor. So if you see like how people use different tools, so among web automation tools, so we have like Cyprus is being used like 64%, Protractor around 19.5%, other tools like Puppeteer, Selenium WebDriver IO, TestCafe, Playwright are used for a different purpose. So I will take some small example, coding example, how it is done in Protractor and how the other tools will be able to implement the same functionality for the test. So assume like we have like a website called kitchen application tools, and we are selecting an ingredient, right? So here we are going to the URL kitchen.applicationtools.com/ingredient/select, and we are selecting and clicking on the drop down. We are selecting the value garlic, and we are verifying that whatever is selected is a value garlic. So this is a simple step. So basically, we are going to this kitchen select ingredients URL, and we are selecting item garlic from drop down, making sure it is successfully has that value. So this is a simple test how we create this in Protractor. Let us see how this will be visible in other testing tools. Suppose you take Cyprus. Cyprus also a JavaScript based tool for automating web applications, and it has a good API similar to Playwright and Puppeteer. So I will talk about Playwright and Puppeteer later. It also has some assertion tool which is useful, and also the Cypress it runs testing UI, pops up testing UI, so that you can run tests locally, selected tests, so that you can see the results and debugging options in real time. Right, so Cypress is a very good automation tool for some of the web applications. So if you see the same test in Cypress, it's straightforward. You go to this URL, visit the drop down, and you can select and validate it at the same time. So within 2 lines, you can do the selection and validation. Right, so this can be useful for it, but Cypress runs only on a couple of browsers like Chrome and all. If you are doing cross-browser testing, so it may not be useful. Right? Playwright is a tool that is coming from Microsoft. So it has a built-in automation for Chrome, Firefox, and WebKit. Right? So it is basically similar to Puppeteer, but Puppeteer is developed by Google and mostly works on Google Chrome-based tool. Right, so Playwright steps in it. You can automate using Playwright on different browsers like Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, Firefox, and all that. So if you are doing cross-browser testing, Playwright is much more useful for you. Like let us see the code example how it looks the same test in the Playwright. Right, we are initializing the test. We are launching the Chrome, launching the new page on the Chrome, opening the URL, then selecting the option garlic, and then verifying that value is selected. Right. So it's a similar flow. So basically, so you launch whatever browser you want to launch, go to the new page, open the URL, select drop down, and then close the browser. It is similar to that. Playwright. This is how it is done in Playwright, and it's a cross-browser testing tool. Then Puppeteer, as we talked, is only based on the Chrome features, and if you see in the, if you only want to test in the Chrome, then this is easier tool. So you can launch the browser, launch the page, then select URL and all. This is similar to Playwright, but Playwright is useful for cross-browser testing. And if you are only concerned about testing on the Chrome, then you can use Puppeteer. And as usual, we have this Selenium WebDriver that's there from long time, and so it can run the tests on different browsers. So if you can invoke Chrome drivers or Gecko drivers or Firefox and start create the same test, so you can build the WebDriver, right? You can create the class, right? Start the builder, and you can basically do using the driver. You can go to the URL, click on it, select the value, and verify it, and close the driver. So this is how done in Selenium WebDriver. So based on your application and based on your requirements, whether you want to test only on one browser or if you want to do cross-browser testing, so you need to pick up some tools. So Selenium WebDriver is a cross-browser testing tool, or Playwright also you can do cross-browser testing. And if you are only concerned with one or two browsers, then Cyprus or Puppeteer is useful. There is also other tools like Test Cave and all that also you can use, but so this is the examples I gave you here. So you can use these tools to automate web applications instead of Protractor, right? I hope this video gives some knowledge on what are the other automation tools available as a Protractor alternative. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the comment section. I will reply to your questions. If you like this video, click on the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.